Bhosle. I am from Sanjeevani College of Engineering, Koppal. In this session, we are going to study about the torsion unit. So for this unit, we have referred some textbooks as well as reference books. At the end of the session, learners will be able to derive the torsion equation. So these are some example of the failure of the parts due to torsion. So here due to torsion the failure is there, and again this part is failed due to torsion. So there are many applications like drill bit, which are spindle is there, shaft is there, which fail due to the torsion. This is one example, generator and the turbine. So when you start the generator shaft is connected to this middle shaft, and then this middle shaft is connected to the turbine shaft. When you start the generator, then so this is the generator. So when you start the generator, the shaft of the generator will rotate in the clockwise direction. So here, as this shaft is connected to the middle shaft, AB shaft, with the help of the bolts. So when you try to rotate this shaft in the clockwise direction, the resisting torque will be developed. Resisting torque will be developed at the point B in the opposite direction. Similarly, when you consider the portion AB, at point B, the shaft is rotating in the anti-clockwise direction. Due to that one, at point A, there is a resisting torque will be developed, which will be in the opposite direction to the point of B. Similarly, the point A and this shaft is connected by the help of bolts, so the resisting torque will be developed at the turbine end. So likewise, the torque will be transmitted from one end to the another end. Similarly, suppose we try to apply the torque on this shaft, and we take the section. We take a section here. Then at the A point, the resisting torque will be developed, which will be trying to opposite to that. So we'll draw the free body diagram. Normally, the torque is a force into distance, F into R. So at a distance of R, at a distance of radius R, the force will be developed, and then the torque will be applied. At the point C, there are forces are developed at a distance of R. Similarly, due to that one, at the middle portion, here at the C point, we'll observe that when we apply the force F, it will try to rotate the shaft in this clockwise direction. So from that we can find out how the torque is developed in the shaft. So we'll find out what is the value of torque. Turning force at suppose this is a part at a distance of R. We consider a smaller part of the ring at a distance of small r. The part of the ring is dr. So turning force will be stress into area, shear stress into area. So shear stress is tau, area of the ring is dA. From that we can find out that turning force tau is this, area is r by r, 2 pi r dr. So that will be equal to, this is the turning force. We know that the turning moment will be force into distance. Turning force into distance. So we can obtain this turning moment. So turning moment will be equal to this one. After solving this, we will get the formula for the solid shaft. Torque T will be equal to pi by 16 tau d cube. T is the torque, tau is the shear stress, d is the diameter of the solid shaft. Similarly, torque T will be equal to pi by 16 tau do raised to 4 minus dr raised to 4 upon do for the hollow shaft. This is for the hollow shaft. Now the power transmitted by the shaft will be equal to power P will be equal to 2 pi nt by 16 in watt. where P is power transmitted in watts, N is the speed of the shaft in RPM, torque is the torque transmitted in Newton meter. Similarly, shear stresses are developed. So when we try to rotate the shaft, then the layers on the top top layers will be in the torsional shear. So this is the A is the diagram before applying the torque. When you apply the torque, then the lines will be due to the torsion, there is a displacement in the lines. The distribution of shearing strength in a circular shaft of the length L and the radius which has been twisted through the angle of theta. Suppose this is the initial angle, we apply the torque here and then we get the angle by which the point is going to shift it with application of the torque. So we get the phi will be equal to R into theta by L. So from that the shearing strain in a circular shaft varies linearly with the distance from the axis of the shaft. So from that we can determine the formula tau upon R will be equal to G theta by L. So this is the one part of the torsion equation. Polar moment of the inertia. So we have to add the two moment around the x-axis and y-axis. So from that we can find out the polar moment of inertia. It defines the moment of inertia of the area about an axis perpendicular to the plane of the figure and passing through the CZ of the area. So for the solid shaft it is denoted by J is equal to pi by 32 d raised to 4, and for the hollow shaft it is pi by 32 T0 raised to 4 minus di raised to 4. So this is the torsion equation, T upon J equal to tau by R equal to G theta by L, where T is the torque transmitted in Newton millimeter, J is the polar moment of inertia in millimeter raised to 4, tau is the shear stress in Newton per millimeter square, R is the radius in millimeter, G is the modulus of rigidity and Newton per millimeter, and theta is the angle of twist in radian. L is the length of the shaft in millimeter. So now this is the shear stress distribution of the shaft. So when you see that this is a solid shaft, at the center the value of the shear stress is 0 because at this point the value of R is 0. So due to that one the shear stress will become 0. So when you go on increasing the value of R up to the outer diameter, the shear stress value will go on increasing. So and the second one for the hollow shaft. So here up to this one the shearing stress in the shaft varies linearly with the distance R from the axis of the shaft. From this also we take that up to this point the value of the shear stress is very low. Due to that one, normally in the practice in the application we are using the hollow shaft because the value of the shear stress is 0 at the center and it will go on increasing up to certain limit, and due to that one we are using the hollow shaft for all practical purposes.